guys, we're back again. We always very happy to be back. I'm Portia.
And I am Lerato, very much pleased to be with you guys again.
Welcome, welcome. So one of the funniest things, amazing things that we discovered, when we were studying image and like holistically, is the fact that when you approach the subject of image, we're thinking of the outside, we're thinking of the hair, like we mentioned before, we're thinking of the makeup, we're thinking of the clothes, but actually it is quite wide.
It's very wide.
It's wide.
It's very wide because most people would think that image is just limited to the outside because that's what image is. But we found out that actually the inner image actually weighs even more than the outer image, because you could fix the outside, but if the inside is not right, believe you me, that won't help at all. You will actually struggle to maintain the outside that's fixed.
Exactly, because there's like a connection.
True.
You can't work on the other one without touching on the other.
Touching on the other. True.
Yeah.
How you see yourself on the inside translates to what you put out there. Inner image is how you see yourself, how you perceive yourself, not even taking into account what you look like on the outside, but how do you see yourself? Are you confident? Do you believe in yourself? Do you think that you are worthy? Do you think that you're deserving of good things?
Do you see yourself in bigger things?
Do you see yourself in bigger things? And all of that. There's a lot of people that walk around with very diminished inner image, and it's a problem because it reflects on the outside,
and also it somehow it gives them a very defeated approach, because when you approach anything, whether it's at work, whether it's a dream, maybe that you receive, because dreams come, but you don't see yourself in it, you're not going to carry yourself there.
True.
I've actually seen this, in our church. I'm just gonna go very quick in the story. In our church, I remember we used to have what we call a banquet. It would happen around Christmas time, and then it would be this event. We would make sure that it's classy, it's well decorated and everything, and then obviously it has to be everything needs money. So we would then encourage, the congregants to contribute something to do that. The people that are well affording of this evening, would pay and everything, but then I remember this other time while we were preparing, we were decorating and putting everything together, and then these two women, not even that elderly, they walked in, they looked at the place, and then they said, this could never be for us. These are the women, by the way, that could afford being in that place because they already paid their contributions, but they just could not see themselves in that well-decorated space, well-organized space. They looked at themselves and they could not see themselves associated with that,
Wow.
And that's what, those are those are some of the things that actually demonstrates how intense this problem is and how it can be so limiting.
And moving from that, that's a beautiful example. You find women that believe that if their partners abuse them physically, then it means that they love them. That is the mentality that they have, which I really, really do not understand. Then you get to really understand that these women really do not see themselves as worthy to be treated like queens, and it comes from what their belief of themselves. So this thing cuts really deep.
It really does. And what we want to talk about is we have realized that image, when we're sitting here and telling you that we discovered that it's actually broader than we all thought, actually we realized that image touches on everything. It affects our output. Yes, it affects how we respond to situations. It to opportunities even.
Yeah.
Because before you see yourself in that size, there are certain sized things that will be very hard for you to accept. And I really do believe that even people that happen to stay in toxic friendships, toxic relationships, toxic, they just where like in toxicity, I feel like it's because they simply like because I've been around people that that would say something like that's how things are. It's not like they accept it. They don't feel comfortable with what's been done to them or what they're receiving.
As if they don't have a choice.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they can't just see themselves. They can't push themselves to a point where they can stand and say, this is not my portion. This is not mine. I deserve better. I can do better.
I agree with you. I agree with you. And that, in a way, I see it as fighting for yourself. Fighting for yourself. Sometimes it's not easy because you're going against societal perceptions and expectations or dictations. You could be married. You could be married and your husband is cheating or your wife is cheating. It could be either or. But then you would find family members or in-laws that would insist that no, a woman must stay in her marriage despite the fact that she's being cheated on, despite the fact that she's being abused, despite the fact that she's being treated badly. But her strength is determining by withstanding all the wrongs that are done to her. And I think it's totally wrong. But then if a woman has a good inner image, she would know when something is right and when something is wrong. She would know when something does not serve her. And such a woman or man will choose to fight for themselves rather than fight for something that does not serve her. And we all know that that's difficult, especially if you're married or in a long relationship that involves family and all that, because you're fighting, not only are you fighting for yourself, but you're fighting against this force of the society, that is pulling against you. You're fighting against every other person's belief, because people will see you as being selfish.
That's what it is.
So it makes it that much difficult, that much more difficult.
I think there's a quote that I'm not going to exactly quote it like right, but then it says something like people that understand themselves are ready to be called people.
Yes.
Just because they're able to choose themselves. You understand what I'm saying? When you are able to choose yourself, sometimes people receive you as cold. And that's another barrier that you fight, because now people start labeling you as cold. People start labeling you as not a good person just because you are not taking certain things that that you don't deserve and they are not your portion.
Just because you're loving yourself.
Exactly. So
because you're not receiving the love that you're supposed to get.
And you know what
you
you're
choose
looking
to
for.
love yourself.
So you know when it's not what you're supposed to be receiving.
Yes.
It's very sad because it runs so deep. Because remember how we behaving, how we carrying ourselves, how we're responding to situations. There are younger ones that are coming after us that are watching.
And looking.
And it's a blueprint. That's where my worry is. Yes.
You're teaching the younger generation that it's okay to be treated badly, that it's okay to be cheated on, that it's okay to be abused.
Your emotions don't matter.
You may think some people even think that they're doing it for the children. Which is the irony in it. They're doing it for the children, to protect the children, but in fact, it's actually destroying the children, because now they grow up believing that, of course, it's supposed to be like that.
And again, remember, I think another thing is our children do what they see us do more than what we tell them to do, you know. So let's not forget that when they're watching us, it doesn't matter where we are, whether it's like in a relationship, whether it's in friendships, whether it's relating with the family, like what we do. With what we do, we teach our children more. We actually, that's the legacy and the blueprint that we are leaving for them. And that's where I'm worried, because then it means this is a recurring issue. This is like issue that is just moving and just getting bigger with time. People, I just want to make it people.
Yeah, because it's males, both males and females.
Yes, I think change is hard with people.
Yeah.
I think that's another barrier. Change is very hard with people. Sometimes we stay for what it could be or what we were hoping for it to be.
Yeah.
Whereas it's not, and it's never been what we ever wanted, what we ever saw ourselves in. But we stay because, you know, we just keep coming up with excuses and excuses don't bring results.
True.
The thing is, when you are building yourself as a person and you are a dreamer, you know, as a young person, you had a dream and you saw yourself in a certain space, you saw yourself somehow rocking your Cleveland, you know, touching certain things. And obviously, as you grow, there are detours and, you know, there are avenues that you find yourself in, and some unforeseen, you know, and then they change. Said you actually, I don't want to say they change, because they don't have the power to do that unless you're letting them do that. You actually you letting them change how you see yourself. You letting them somehow dent your inner image, define you as a person, and you've got the power to separate yourself from that, you know, because certain, like, you can go through certain things, but things don't have to go through you.
Yeah, but I mean, this thing for it actually, hopefully, when people see this episode, then it will speak to them, and then they will start to look within themselves. As image consultants, we're not able to help you with your inner image, but that is something that you need to introspect yourself, and maybe try and see if you can have some form of intervention that can assist you to fix your inner image. We deal with the outer image as image consultants, but we do recognize that it plays a holistic role. Both the inner and the outer, they need to interact together in a holistic manner.
We can actually assist, but, you know, we can only do so much.
Yes.
The rest is left with you.
Yeah.
So we want to hear more from you guys. We always want to connect with you guys. This topics that we always bring here are always so broad, and maybe we will keep revisiting them, you know, giving a chance, but we have to stop somewhere. So
we have to stop somewhere. But I'm happy it was said.
Yes.
I'm happy what was said today was said.
Yes. So
because I believe we could be talking to you. We could, whoever that's listening to us, watching us right now, you know, this could be exactly what you need to hear. And that's half the job done.
And you could actually even comment on this. Subscribe, comment, do everything, interact. You could be doing that.
Before we go, back to our competition again. Now, the competition applies to all the people that stay in Gauteng, South Africa. Now, the first 5 people that are going to comment on this post, we're going to choose 2 people that are going to win a consultation, like a free image consultation with Portia and myself.
And I promise it's going to be a good one.
It is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
It is going to be a good one. But remember to take care of your inner image. It is very key.
Your overall image.
It is very key. Before you can even think of touching outside, your inner image is very key.
That's where you're hailing from.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, with that said, Goodbye.
We love you a lot. Thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you.